Hi, my name is Gilma Dorville.
I'm Ebony Weaver.
I'm Ashley Moultrie.
I'm Delanique Robinson.
I'm Janelle M. Forbes, and you're watching The Ugly Truth Show on
Dominion TV.
Welcome back to the Ugly Truth Show. I am your host, Delanique Robinson, and we are happy that you are on the opposite side of the screen. I'm here with our other host today, and we're going to be talking about a topic that is very controversial. We're going to be talking about self-sabotage. Could it be that you are going through something in your life that is hindering you, and it's not the other person that's doing it, but it's you? So, ladies, where do we first start with talking about self-sabotage?
I will start because I recently stopped. Yeah. I self-sabotage and I had to. So, I would always get to a certain level of income and then I would drop. And then I would always get to another level of income and then I would drop. And the top number of income that I've ever met in my business as a publicist is $20,000 in 1 month.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, girl, you got it.
Right.
But then I started getting scared. Fear started creeping in. I started doubting myself. I started comparing myself. And I would always often say, Janelle, why don't you just pass your limitations, move past those limitations? And it wasn't until recently in the month of April, I took a trip back to my country of birth that I hadn't been in since I was 3 years old.
Wow.
And it was at that moment while I was there in that Caribbean island, the Lord revealed to me why I was self-sabotaging. And I was self-sabotaging because of the residue of abandonment and rejection.
Okay.
So I felt like if I surpass a certain level of income, no one is going to be there to hold my hand through the rest. Or if I surpass this level of income, or with anything that I do, I'm talking more about the income because that's where I did it most.
Yeah.
Okay. If I surpass this level of income in my finances, I might make a mistake and the world is going to come crumbling down on me. So everything that I could have done or think of doing in self-sabotaging, believing that I was less than, not thinking that another business was better than me, thinking that another person was better than me in that industry, failing to realize that I was authentic in my own right, and there were certain people out there that God had attached to me personally that I was supposed to reach. And as long as I kept self-sabotaging, I would not meet the needs of those waiting on me, even in business, in ministry, even in my family, my children, my husband. So self-sabotage is real, and I recently stopped. I faced it, and I told God, I am ready. And that ready came from another part of me. And I said, I am ready. I am not afraid. I am about to do this.
Come on, queen.
Right. And literally, I can't make this up. He more than 7 times what I was supposed to be making in a month. He more than 7 times that with my new position at the station. He more than 7 times that. And I was like, wow, I'm so happy that I stopped doing that. But what is the process that we got to go through to actually stop? It's painful because when you got to get to a place in your life where you get sick and tired. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I said, I'm so sick and tired. fear. You're not about to make me a wimp.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know, and I started to speak to fear.
Yeah.
God didn't give me the spirit of fear, but the power of love and a sound mind. I do have a sound mind.
Yeah, come on.
You know, and I
Come
started
on.
reaffirming myself.
Yeah.
And I got more confidence. So now I feel like I can conquer
Yeah.
the world, even with I'll do it afraid.
Yeah.
Even when I'm afraid, I'm gonna still do it afraid, because self-sabotage is no longer my portion.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
And you have to tap into that confidence. You are unique. And we have to learn. We self-sabotage, like you said, because of fear. It's the fear that somebody else is already doing it.
Right.
Why I can't do that. Somebody else is
Right.
already there. They're already doing that. But not understanding that there's a uniqueness in you. When you walk in the grocery store, you go down the chip aisle.
Right.
How many different chips are there?
Uh-huh.
Barbecue chips, right?
Yes.
It's all. Well, they already did it. No, go down the bread aisle. How
Yeah, I
many
like
different-
Cheetos.
Come,
You may
Yeah.
like hot Cheetos.
and you may like the Cheetos by
Doritos.
Wise, and I like the Cheetos by, you know what I mean? And it's learning that there's something unique about
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Right.
And so we self-sabotage because we're afraid, like we've talked about before, of what's on the other side.
Yeah.
And we get comfortable. I'm good at getting comfortable, and I'll sit right where I'm at.
Right.
Because if I move a little bit,
Right.
well, what if I mess up? So
Yeah.
let me not. What if I start my business and it don't work? Well, then it don't work. Then start another one. You know what I mean? What's
Yeah.
next? Somebody
Yeah.
else already started that business.
Yeah.
I started a spa. Somebody started a spa across the street.
No.
And they're a chain. They got one in every state. I was terrified.
Wow.
But guess what? I offer something that you don't. You know what I mean?
That's good.
And you may be bigger, you may be stronger,
Yeah.
you may have more experience than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But watch when God shifts,
Yeah.
because He understands that when He calls you to
Yeah.
something, He's going to see it through.
Yeah.
So when you talk about, there's a million publicists out there,
Yeah.
they ain't got the anointing you got.
They don't.
They don't have the,
They don't
they
got
don't
what
have
you
the
got.
gift.
They ain't got what
right.
you got.
And
Right.
you're going to walk it out different.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
everybody's, who's praying with their clients?
Yeah.
You know, my clients,
I know.
Come on.
Who can go to work and pray?
Right.
Come in my
That's
spa,
it.
we're going to pray before you're done. And I'm going to give you a hug, because when we're done now, we're family. Love you.
That's it.
Call me. Let me know
That's
what you
it.
got
Yes.
going on. I'm going to tap into something different, because I know that I was called. I'm not called to run just a spa. I'm called to change lives.
Yep.
This is just the drive to get you in the door.
Right. Yep.
Once you here, now I got you. Now we're going to save a soul while
That's
you're in
it.
here.
And you're so
That's it.
gentle with it too. Thank you for it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But it's in that, and so learning. I love, how do you get out of the self-sabotage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's always it's a process,
It
Yeah.
is.
and it's difficult.
I think the fact that with self-sabotage, even in the stories that you guys are talking about, self-sabotage deals with value. Because if you don't value either what you have
That's
or who you
good.
are, then you're going to sabotage what's in front of you. You're going to
Yeah.
sabotage you.
Yeah.
You're going to sabotage what you possess. You're going to sabotage what you can do. You're going to
Yeah.
sabotage sometimes what you can't do. You're going to sabotage it and run it down to the ground and be like, I'm done. I'm gone. You know what I mean? But I think talk about the journey of self-sabotage. I think for me, that was the greatest demon that came after my life, because I didn't recognize value. I didn't recognize that there is a level of uniqueness, not that this world has, but that I have, that I'm bringing to the world.
Yes.
That the world isn't the canvas by which my life is being painted on,
Yeah.
but I am the canvas,
Yeah.
and this
Yes.
world is the walkway.
Yes.
And so as I'm walking on the walkway in the world,
Come on.
I am the uniqueness that can paint the right
good.
picture on the canvas.
Yes.
Yes.
And so if people ready for a show, I can show
Yes.
you a show, because the show that
When
we're
I
at right now,
unveil.
yeah. So I think in life, and I know for me and my story, I recognize that, man, is it really self-sabotage, or is it that I don't recognize the value of who I am?
Wow.
Like, I not only bring uniqueness, like I am unique. The way in how I talk, the way in how I approach certain things. I love how you said, you talked about being gentle.
Yeah.
Somebody could say the same thing, but how they say the same thing is completely
the
different.
delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, the delivery. And so I know there's so many people that's watching, And they're hearing about self-sabotage. They're hearing about what could happen on the other side of sabotaging something that is a part of themselves. But how is it that we can grow from that challenge of maybe someone rejects something that we are? Maybe someone rejects the fact that we're happy and we are encouraging and we are serious. There are people who are more serious about life than other people.
Yeah.
But how do we handle when sabotage is more than self, but we've been sabotaged by people, and then we've been rejected by people. So now we're just doing the very thing that they did to us because we don't even really see the value. How do we get over that?
I think that's the internal work in dealing with you, to learn that even though you hurt me and even though you rejected me, I still matter.
I still
And
matter.
I
That's
see
good.
me. You know
That's
what I
good.
mean?
Yeah.
And
That's
learning
good.
that we talk about self-love all the time. That's that self-love and tapping into that, so that you may have hurt me, but it's not going to change how I deal with you. I'm going to love you anyway. And I'm going to continue to build on that.
That's good.
So I know for me, my biggest self-sabotage is relationships. Business, I'm good. I don't sabotage my business. I thrive in that. I love me. But when it comes to other relationships, learning that if I put time in to cultivate this relationship, it can thrive. But if I put time into it and it doesn't work, I feel like I wasted time. And time is the one thing you can't get back. So for me, I self-sabotage that all the time. I pull back quick because of the fear of what's going to happen. And I think that self-sabotage, like I said, it always goes back to the fear of the unknown. If I know, if you give me the ball and I can see what's going to happen, I can walk through that all day. I got that. If you tell me this is going to be amazing. And at the end of this, she's going to be your best friend. At the end of this, he's going to be your husband. I'm going to walk it out different. But if I don't know, there's fear in that. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to end up hurt. And I don't want to feel like I gave of myself for nothing. So
That's good. I would say here, when I think about that, we are all assigned to, we have specific goals, dreams, and aspirations that we're supposed to accomplish in life. And when you think about Nehemiah in the Bible, when he was building the wall, Sanballat and Tobias did everything in their power to sabotage him from building the wall. And what he did, I would say, you gotta know who you gotta know who you are, and you gotta know whose you are. And when you understand that, when anything is thrown at you through people, things, places, or whatever, you would be so focused that you wouldn't look to the left. Okay, you want to hurt my husband? All right, okay, Lord, you got him. He's your child. I'm gonna stay focused over here.
That's
You
good.
want to kill my brother? This is true stories. You want to kill and murder my brother? Okay, I'm still focused. My eyes has been on the prize. At the end of my rope, I want God to say, well done, my good and faithful servant, Janelle M. Forbes. And it's being able to stay focused even when the darts are thrown at you from things and people, word curses, whatever they are, those darts. And I personally, as you know, and as you can see, I persevere through the pain. Nothing that you can do to me. I've been through too much hell in my life. So nothing another person can do or say to me, it will hurt me to the core. But at the end of the road, it's a greater picture. There's that light at the end of the tunnel that I'm going to look at, and I'm going to pivot through whatever it is. I'm going to just keep going because there's a goal that God wants me to accomplish that I need to get to. And whatever blessings that comes with that accomplishment of that goal, I would say that assignment that he has assigned me to for whatever season that is, I am going to accomplish that no matter what. And I think if we keep that assignment in our mind, or goes back to the value, if we value enough what God has trusted us with, although we may get hurt, used, abused, it will be so much easier for us to complete
Yeah.
the task ahead without not only self-sabotaging, but people sabotaging you themselves.
Right.
So this is my truth.
Right. Right. And oftentimes it's like, and I'm kind of that person that likes to challenge the status quo. Like many people may think a certain thing, but I'm usually the one to be like, rethink that, because it could very well be that this is the actual truth of it, and I know how God has rewired me. And just even looking at self-sabotage, what's the root of self-sabotage? Self.
An issue with self.
An issue with self.
Yeah.
But what if I live a life not for self? And this is what you were saying.
Jesus.
You live a life because of God.
Come on.
Jesus.
So whatever you do, I know that I serve a God who owns a cattle on 1,000 hills, who's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He's unchangeable, unshakable. He cannot change. There's nothing that you can do. He's omnipotent. He's omnipresent. He is you can't touch him.
Hey!
He's an untouchable God.
Yeah.
So because I'm living not for my own selfish gain, I'm living because of God. There is nothing that you can do to me that can sabotage my future. Or that can sabotage my destiny. And I had to rethink talking about self-sabotage. And when I saw that we were going to talk about this, the Lord began to deal with me, and he said, don't think about yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stop thinking about yourself, because to live is Christ, and to die is gain. So every loss in my life that you tried to sabotage is really a gain. And every gain in my life is feeding my future, and my future is bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in life, and you may be listening to this and you're just like, well, how is it that I can get to the other side of knowing that everything that I'm touching, right? Self-sabotage deals with things that are destroying, that's manipulating, that's bending, that's transforming in a bad way what is making up who I am, what's making up my personality. It could be the things that you're called to, the things that you believe God is calling you to. And it's just like, man, everything around me, it feels like it's failing. But know that there is no failure in God. And everything that the enemy has tried to cause to trip you up, any relationship, any doubt, any thought pattern, anything that has happened in your life, could it really be that it's just a lesson in disguise? But at the end of the day, it was never really meant to touch you. It was never really meant to break you. But it was meant to teach you that there's something greater on the inside of you for your assignment.
Yes.
So in that assignment, your life is where God is trying to bring you to, so that you can have a great future in Him.
And when you start to grow and learn and understand that you're not living for you,
You're not.
He placed you here, you're living for Him. He's already predestined your purpose before you started walking it out. And when you shift your mindset that I'm not living for self, you learn I can't self-sabotage.
Right.
Because if I walk and follow His path, He's orchestrating the whole thing. He's light, your path is lit. All you gotta do is follow it, right? And so why you
Your
going
path
down
is lit.
Here's your path, and you going down the alleyway for what? Follow the path, right? And you're gonna follow it right into the promised land. But you gotta stay focused, and so you can't self-sabotage something that you didn't create.
That's it.
It's not yours.
That is good.
To sabotage in the
That
first
is so
place.
good.
It's not. What are you doing? Focus on Him. Focus on the goal. Remove self. That's where we mess up at. Is you got all this fear because I've set this goal. We say it all the time. I set this goal for my life.
Yeah, right.
It's not your goal.
Right.
It's not your life. Your purpose is to find what God created you for and walk that out the way He wants you to walk it out, with the people that He wants to put in your life, the things that He wants you to do. And when you learn to shift your focus and continue to focus on Him, He's not going to let you fail. Right? He can't.
Right.
If He lets you fail, then He lied, and we know He's not
He
alive.
ain't a liar.
So He can't let you fail. He's going to carry you through it. You just got to be willing to just be silent.
Yes.
Die to self and serve the man you were created to serve.
Because greater is He that is within me.
Come on.
He that is in the world. And I am steadily reminded when I'm reverting back to, well, my emotions.
Yes.
Well, God, he steadily reminds me, and you'll often hear me speak about for your glory.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear for your glory, God, I will do anything.
Yeah.
What does that really look like?
Ooh, that's good.
I want to see you.
Yeah.
So that means I got to stay in your face. And that's where staying in your face is where I'm going to get my answer.
Right.
Yeah.
Being seated at your feet
Yeah.
is where I'm going to get my answer. So when I'm in a position where so recently God gave me an assignment. He said, do the show. Every time I planned to do the show, a dart would come. February, do the show. A harder dart would come. I got news that my brother was murdered, and not only did they murder my brother, they sent the video of them murdering him to all of us.
My God.
Then on top of that, my biological mother that I hadn't seen in 30 years, she went straight into cardiac arrest. So now I'm not losing one, I'm about to lose two. What do I do? But you just gave me an assignment to do a show that I was supposed to come and film in February. Yes, I took care of family first. The show was just pushed back a couple more months. But it was at that moment I said, okay, what is it in this show that needs to be done that the enemy is so mad about that he is trying to cause me to lose focus? And I had to check myself.
Right.
Because why every time I plan this show,
Come on.
I know I'm supposed to do it. Why are these things happening? Okay, let me go take care of my family. I flew out of the country for over 30 days. Came back, I ascended. Because I came back with a mind that for your glory, I will do anything.
Yes.
Okay? Just to see you. Because I want you to be proud of me. Because I've never had anyone to say, Janelle, good job. And the one person that God had sent me besides my husband to tell me or to acknowledge that, hey, Janelle, you're doing a good job, was my husband's brother who passed away abruptly. And when he passed away, my life felt, he became my best friend. And my life felt like I was empty. And I was like, who now? But God said me.
Right.
God said me. So even in the midst of trials and tribulations, remaining focused with that
That's so
assignment
good.
that you are assigned
That's so
to,
good.
Yeah.
came back. God gave me another assignment to do something to reach more people. My husband almost lost his life. Could barely move up until this day. Do I turn to the left and say, okay, Lord, I'm just going to wimp out and not do what you say do? No, I steadily say, for your glory, God, I will do anything.
Amen.
Just to see you.
You got to walk out what he calls you to.
I started walking out what he called me
Yep.
to. And then on top of that, he gave me another assignment, the Breathe Again retreat. What happened then?
Blessings.
More
flow.
started
Wow.
coming in. More with $45.32
Yes,
in my
come on.
account more. I had people from everywhere. Woman of God, what do you need? Woman of God, I saw your face in a dream. Woman of God, I heard your name from someone. Woman of God, obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yes.
That is
So
so good.
I prefer to be obedient
Right.
to the assignment that God has on my life than to be focused about the darts that are thrown around me that are sent for me to self-sabotage.
Right. Well, that's
That's
good.
good.
Okay.
That's good. You want to say something? It
Go
seemed like
ahead,
it was really
go
good.
ahead.
It seemed like it was that. Oh, whoo!
Yes.
Sometimes you know you got this thing to
You just, yeah. But
I
the
love-
greater the calling,
Yep. Go
the
ahead.
greater the storm.
Go ahead.
And so that's why every time you got ready,
Yep.
we're set for this date. We can't throw something small at you because
Right.
you'll brush that to the side and
Right.
keep going.
She done matured to the next
Come on.
level.
But we're
You over that little stuff now.
We're going to remove people from your life. A murder, and then we're gonna let you watch it, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure that this
Right.
is gonna take you out.
Yeah.
And he has to, his strongest warriors is the people he tries to take out the hardest.
Yeah.
So he sent stuff to take you out because he knew that the people that would be blessed from watching this show, I gotta stop you from getting there.
Right.
Yeah.
But God, you push through.
But God.
But God.
Hallelujah.
But God. And so I love that you created that distinction. You said the darts were sent.
Yep.
The enemy's sneaky.
Sneaky little fella.
The enemy's sneaky. Could it really be that the enemy's sending you somebody that you know you gonna reject? He's gonna send it in disguise so you can do the work.
Yeah.
You see, the enemy can only have access and allowance to the degree in which you allow him to have access.
Yes.
He can't have access if you already at the door say no.
Yes.
So when I love that you said that, he was bringing darts, and that's what the enemy will do. He will bring the darts for you to grab the dart and do the sabotage yourself.
Yes.
But the truth and the wisdom of God says, although the darts may come, here it is, I'm going to remain focused.
Yes.
I'm going to remain finish line focused. So whatever is happening around me isn't going to taint or distract what's on the inside of me, because I know that my future is bright. And I love that you said, you know what? Because of the greatest calling that is on your life, the enemy's not going to tempt you with some little small stuff that you
Right.
already graduated from.
Right.
I'm already graduated from the 12th grade. Why are you going to give me work from kindergarten?
Right.
I already graduated. He's going to give you something that's going to challenge you, but it's through challenge in God where the change comes. And as you change for the glory of God, people's lives will be changed for the glory of God. And so in your life, I don't know where you are or what you may be going through. Self-sabotage doesn't exist when you are in God and in the shadow of the Almighty, because you have the wisdom to know that the darts that the enemy has meant for your life to sabotage you, you caught them. Hindsight, foresight, you caught them. And it will no longer prohibit you or hinder you from where God is trying to take you. So go be great, go be faithful, go be the mighty man and woman of God that you are called to be, and we will see you next week at the Ugly Truth Show.
Hello, everyone. My name is Janelle M. Forbes. Thank you for watching the Ugly Truth Show on Dominion TV. Don't forget, download the app, dominion.tv.